Welcome to the review of the second episode of Digital Circus. In this episode, we'll delve into overlooked details, theories, and more. Without further ado, let's jump right into the video. We begin with the first scene of the episode, where we witness Pomni's dream, followed by 3 subsequent events. In the first event, we observe Pomni's fear of being isolated and how it psychologically affects him. This fear is reflected in his dreams. Moving on to the second part, the box that Pomni falls onto after waking up is a crucial point. It's important to pay attention to the box because after Pomni falls on it, it suddenly breaks apart and throws him off. These details are significant because they indicate that this is a game, and within the game, there are incomplete and faulty objects. This box is just one of the important details. In the third part, when Ragatha comes to control Pomni, she says, "Yesterday was a bit eventful." From this, we understand that it's just one day after the events of the first episode. So Kaufmo's isolation, being thrown into the basement, Pomni coming to the circus, and many other events actually happened just yesterday. The glitch teaches us that the events will continue to unfold narratively. Then, Kane gathers everyone and announces they will play a new game. In this game, he tries to excite the players, our characters, by claiming there's an advanced artificial intelligence involved. One thing to note here is when Kane asks the players if they want to play, and Zubul responds with, "I don't want to play." Initially, we thought that our characters were obligated to play the games created by Kane until the first episode. However, with this episode, we understand that there is no such obligation. Continuing the review, as we pass through the portal and enter the game area, we encounter a kingdom. In this kingdom, there are NPC characters that are identical copies and a uniquely designed queen character that sets herself apart. After the queen summarizes their mission and the plot, our team sets out to pursue the villains. In this part, we once again see Jax's desire for chaos and pleasure in violence. By the way, when I mentioned in the first episode that I didn't like Jax and found him overly selfish, I received quite a bit of criticism. Friends, do I have to like the characters you like? Just as I respect you, is it too much to ask for you to respect me? Anyway, getting back to the topic, right after our characters set out to pursue the villains, we see them on stage. In this part, there's a dialogue where the villains express their desire to save their mothers and villages. This part is important because it gives the characters a purpose and assigns meaning to that purpose. When Kane mentions that the artificial intelligence is much more advanced this time, we're talking about an artificial intelligence that is truly advanced and self-aware. The part where things start to get complicated unfolds here. During the skirmish between the two groups, a truck gets stuck between 2 rocks and breaks down. Following this breakdown, Pomni and Gumigu fall into the void. Falling all the way to the lowest level of the game, the characters encounter unexpected things. This part is not so much about Pomni, but more about Gumigu, the artificial intelligence. Glitch specifically mentioned that this part is primarily about depression. Seeing himself and the other characters as clones here leads Gumigu into an existential questioning. After all these horrifying events, Gumigu sits in melancholy and disappointment, brought by an unknown emotion. After chatting with Pomni for a bit, he tells us these words: "We're just obstacles meant to be overcome and forgotten." I must say, this really hits hard because knowing that one is expendable is very painful. Gumigu's existential anxiety, emotional responses to his own inner awareness, and Pomni's attempts to console him seem to be approaching or reaching a level of advanced artificial intelligence that goes far beyond what we can currently achieve. Achieving this goal would require us to enter the broader field of general artificial intelligence. In fact, this could make sense given the prevailing theory that computers are essentially memory transplants of real human minds. Kane is actually a kind of program aimed at producing these more advanced forms of artificial intelligence. This doesn't explain how Kane was created, but if Digital Circus has a larger purpose beyond just entertainment software, it would make sense that all these adventures serve a purpose in the physical world. Returning without straying too far from the topic. In the following scenes, they ascend from the underworld once again, this time with faulty boxes. We see all the characters filled with disappointment. The heroes deliver the resins to the queen and return to the circus through the door they came from, accompanied by Gummy Goo. Cain eradicates NPC as soon as he sees them. Suddenly, even I couldn't understand what was happening, let alone Pomni. As always, Cain drags us into horror by saying, "I know you love NPCs, but we can't predict the consequences he'll bring." Because, as always, he continues to hide things from us. Up to this point, we observe character development in Pomni, and Cain ruins it all. It was good to bring the Kaufmo incident into this episode. This builds up my expectations. My current thought is that the erasure of Gummy Goo will be carried over to the next episode. After all, I think it was a very effective moment and raised questions. How will Pomni react when he sees him again? Will the NPC be a completely separate entity from the erased person, or will it be able to regain memories related to Pomni? Does Pomni feel hatred or resentment towards Cain? How will he react to NPCs in the future? There's a lot to unpack here. My guess is that we'll see Gummy Goo again. The final scene is quite peculiar. I need to mention a few things about it, because it shows someone coming to help Pomni in his dream. This hand resembles Ragatha's hand, or perhaps Pomni, seeing everyone saddened by Kaufmo's disappearance, allowed Pomni to realize that at least some part of his knowledge of being human still exists in the real world. So, there was a hand in the dream that resembled the person helping Pomni. And it's smiling because everyone in this world still cares about each other. Maybe in the upcoming episodes, we'll see a human or a manifestation of one. There are still many unknown factors. Besides eagerly awaiting the next episode, we don't have much choice. What are your thoughts and opinions on this? Don't forget to mention them in the comments. As a token of appreciation for this effort, you can like the video. Especially share your thoughts on this animated series in the comments. And subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Members can access my videos early without having to wait. Since the number has increased so much, I'm excited to announce that there will be early access videos for 1 month. Don't forget to join my Discord server for chats and theories. Storyteller out. See you in the next video. Take care. Goodbye.